What's up, YouTube? This is your boy J.Rock. On your page, J.Rock James. Come fuck with me. Hey, got some stuff to show y'all today. Check it out.
Questions about a possible connection between Asia and the Grand Canyon. The mystery deepened as hieroglyphic tablets were discovered, suggesting ties to Egypt and the American Southwest. The Smithsonian's efforts led to extensive research, revealing vast chambers adorned with intricate artwork and even mummies preserved for centuries. However, this research was swiftly terminated, as access to this underground marvel was on government land. It's possible that the government preferred to keep this information from the public, altering our understanding of history. Today, we stand at a crossroads of history and mystery, leaving us to wonder about the significance of this subterranean civilization and its potential connection to Egypt and Asia.
I climbed to the center of the Great Pyramid. Wild energy in there. Okay. Fucking vibrating. Like,
really? It's fucking like you feel it?
Yeah.
Or is it just like...
No, you feel it. You
freak out because you're there?
No, you can almost hear it. It doesn't put off like a bad vibe or anything. It just feels like a...
What do you think about that?
Oh man, they made that shit like
If it's something that they did or something that Bill did. We know Bill wants to completely block out the sun. So I mean, like, there's no telling who did it or what it is. But check it out. This is the sun. Don't believe me? Watch this.
You see how it goes from yellow to white? Remember this commercial? All the stuff that's going on with the sun right now. If this commercial was still out, you guys would have figured out a lot. Yeah, let me know what y'all think. Comment, like.
Welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube, man. Make stuff like that, nobody knows 100% the truth. And make sure you always go out here talking about just how...
Yeah, Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities, the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about traveling responsible stories plaguing our country.
Sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false news
has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the community use their platforms to push their own personal lives and agenda to control and exactly what they think is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
this 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 is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
it's extremely dangerous. Crazy how everybody's saying the same motherfucking line, but on different news streams, news platforms. Like that shit crazy.
You're going to go to school, you're going to get in debt, you're going to get a job, you're going to get a wife, divorce is coming, you're going to lose the house eventually, your job's shit, inflation's outpacing your wages, you're going to work, no one's going to appreciate it, now you're old. That is the matrix for 99% of them. And you need to find a way to escape it.
That white guy
Stop
smart.
telling people you're going to write a book and finally get it done. You know your book is going to benefit people. You're a savvy expert, so you already know a book has massive potential to open doors for you to have a bigger impact and enjoy even more income. And it might hurt to hear this, but not writing a book is costing you opportunities. And an unpublished book cannot have an impact on anyone's life. For subject matter...
Hey, Andrew Tate, he went to jail, him and his twin brother. And these niggas, they was making millions, right? But I'm gonna just say this: when you listen to him, he'll teach you how to like become rich. He'll teach you how to open your third eye. He's smart, bro. Go fuck with him. Andrew Tate. I ain't get that.
You're going to work. No one's going to appreciate it. Now you're old. That is the matrix for 99% of men. And you need to find a way to escape it.
Every couple of months, they let them blow off steam. Elections, Black Friday, a new auto plan, the latest installment of Star Wars, the Super Bowl. And people just gobble it up. But when people have holes in their pockets and nothing to eat, who's responsible for that? So now, without their beer and football, they need a sacrifice. And you can be certain that power will provide them with a patsy. And it'll be us. Understand? So that is the game. Here are people who don't care about themselves, and here
I know y'all saw the eye, man. I ain't gonna fuck with y'all with that.
authority that doesn't care about them either.
Stay woke, bro. Shit crazy.
Luca! Bueno? Pichu! Bueno? Pichu!
9 to 5.
No?
What the fuck?
Y'all catch it?
Yeah.
We need to come together and do one thing. Stop participating.
Like being
and when we do that, the game is over. When we literally say Monday morning, we're not going to go to work. Imagine if 30 million people didn't go to work Monday. Imagine if 30 million people didn't buy gas on Monday. Imagine if 30 million people went to the bank on Monday and said, I want to withdraw all my money. They can't even give it to all 30 million because only 15% of the cash is available on hand at any.
And this the shit that I was talking about. Listen, if a bunch of people say that they want to do some shit, all they got to do is do that shit at one time. So all it takes is everybody to do some shit at one time. It's going to stop the entire plan that the government been fucking doing. For real. If we want to protest, you got to have everybody protesting across the planet. If we gonna go ahead and do this, we got to have everybody doing that shit. We can't just sit here and just... Shit not happening like that, bro. People don't care. And y'all just like, we outnumbered and we doing it by ourselves. It's only a couple of us. Compared to what we really need to be numbered in.
Fear. Oh my God, if I don't go to work, I'm going to get fired. And if they don't participate in it, and I'm the only one that doesn't show up for work, I'm going to lose out, and I'm not going to be able to pay my rent. I'm not going to...
Look, man, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I work, but can't no nigga tell me I'm going to get fired. You want to know why? Because I put myself in that position. I want to get paid money up front. I don't want you to have a week within my money and be like, oh yeah, you got to follow my orders until that week come when you get paid. Like, no, it's all a brainwash, bro. It's hard for me to explain it, but I'm going to just tell you this. Anytime I work, I do not like a boss. Why? Because the boss talks to you like he a boss. Like a boss. The street boss that we know. So, therefore, I can't really get a job, bro. I'm too different, bro. I gotta... Like, if anything, we can work together, you know, to make money. Anybody, we can work together, but can't nobody be my boss, bro. I'm not having that shit. That shit dead as hell. I'm sorry. Like, I got a man's right now that I be doing houses with. I got a dude across the street I do some shit with. I got a nigga around the corner want me to do some shit. Like, I can't have a boss in order for me to work with you. Like, I'm not about to let another man, grown-ass man, tell me what the fuck to do, bro. That's like slavery. The fuck? I gotta listen to you do this for that dollar. When in all honesty, that dollar was gone, we'll be making some other shit pop. You feel me? For food, for all this other shit. So, like, no, nigga. Yeah, nigga, I'm working for my dollar. Don't get it wrong, y'all. I work for my dollar. But ain't no nigga gonna be no boss over me trying to demand me to do this and do that for no dollar. That shit ain't happening. I go cut grass on my own. I motherfucking wash the dog ass before I do anything, nigga.
We're brothers. We should be able to pay my rent. I'm not going to be able to make my car payment and so forth and so on. You see the trap they have us in? They have us in this system where we're afraid to work together. Man, we're brothers. We should be, link up. Let's do this together.
Now, children are exposed to education
if their parents are wise and healthy, i.e. if their parents are wise men and wise women, children get educated. If they're not, they get indoctrinated. There's a big difference. Our education system teaches people what to think, not how to think. If you study the history of our education system, Ken Wilber goes into this quite deeply if you want a resource. Our education system is still the exact system that was developed by warlords and plantation owners to control slaves. It was developed specifically to keep the kids busy so they could get more work out of the slaves, more hours out of them, and to train the children not to be creative, not to think for themselves, and to follow orders. That is exactly what your education system is today.
Look, y'all, I sit here, I make these videos, but then when you sit down and actually like just look at it, it's crazy, right?
Hell yeah.
It's crazy.
Look. I was in school, I always ask what's up with these hallways. Why we gotta raise our hand to go to the bathroom? When I'm at the crib, I can just go to the bathroom. Feel what I'm saying? When I'm at home, whenever I'm hungry, I just eat. Like, when I was in school, I used to ask questions like that, bro. Like, I'm real shit. Like, I could go to my old teacher. My old teacher is still till this day, Miss Robinson. She'll tell you, like, bro, I was a bad kid. But that's because y'all wasn't teaching the shit that I wanted to know. Y'all was teaching me shit that y'all wanted to teach me.
You're right. The same thing we've been talking about for the longest, you know, like they program you to do these type of jobs.
This message is for my husband. Please go check our bank account right now.
Like, that's what I always believed. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all figure it out for yourselves. But
yeah,
all I'm doing is showing these videos and giving you something to think about. Be for real with you.
Hey,
you know,
my videos for entertainment purposes only. You know, take it how you want to take it. If you think it's true, hey. If you think it's a lie, hey. You know.
That's why some kids don't excel in certain situations, you know, and there's many different type of learners. Just this, they already know that there's different type of learners in school, but why would they sit a kid that, you know, learns from hands-on and stuff like this in a classroom full of like 30 children, sit them in the back? That's like, and then that kid gets like a D and an F. You know, they think that they're stupid, but the whole time they're more hands-on. It's just different type of learners. They don't even cater to that in school, and that's a big deal. So you got to think about the many other things that's affecting.
See, and I was saying, they labeled my shit ADHD, right? That's what they do. They label certain people, dog, retarded, stupid, slow. But in all honesty, bro, certain people got certain abilities, bro, like certain ways to learn, certain gifts, and motherfuckers would be like, yeah, you stupid as hell. But when the nigga get older, nigga more smarter than you. You want to know why? Because he was learning what he wanted to learn, and you was learning what they wanted you to learn. So now you stuck on what they taught you, and now you dumb as hell compared to when you could have just learned some common sense shit.
And the children in these school systems, and why most of us grew up a certain way, thinking a certain thing. I saw a dog get hit, now I know to look both ways. You have to get this job. They're just
common sense.
Creating workers, drones, and PCs. This is what it is. But look, let's hop back into it though. It's crazy. So you're not, see, if you got bad grades, you're not stupid. Most of y'all end up being like, you know, crazy millionaires and stuff like that, you know. We just all fit in different spaces in life, but it's okay to be different too.
Don't act like you stupid, nigga. You not.
Levels of a pyramid. Here we are at the bottom level going about our daily lives. Above us is government. People who are given a monopoly on force and use it to tax and control us whether or not we agree. But who controls them? At the next level are the corporations. Many would say that it is now corporations and not nation states that rule the world. They call it a corporatocracy. To acquire the world's resources and control the markets, this corporatocracy must have access to cheap money. The big corporations get their loans at special rates from the big banks, which means that those who control the major banks, the moneyed elite, ultimately control the corporations. As I've followed the money, I've learned that almost everything I once believed about money is simply not true. When I followed the levels,
the world is living inside of a rat race, and here's how to know if you're a part of it. The rat race is when somebody repeats the same cycle over and over again for a common goal. It's almost like these people are racing to get it, which is why it's called the rat race. But the problem is, a lot of people don't realize that this destination is actually leading them nowhere. Because society is constructed to keep you blinded from what's actually going on. Whenever you leave the house, there's literally a distraction everywhere you look. And this is all designed to attract anybody a part of the rat race. There's literally signs and posters everywhere you look telling you what to do and what to buy. And Black Friday is one of the biggest examples of this. People will literally fight and damn near kill for something just because it has a discount. And when everything's said and done, all you did was walk away with a TV that barely even works. But the reason why people do this is because they buy things that feel happy. A lot of people actually believe that getting a nice car is the key to happiness. But once you realize you're just like everybody else and still a part of the rat race, that happiness starts to fade along with your desire for that materialistic thing that you thought was going to make you happy. So as long as you're tied down to this materialistic world, you will always be a part of this race. Even chasing money won't solve this issue. Because you may think that money is going to be the key to your happiness, but in reality, it's just a big trap that's meant to keep you enslaved, just like the rest of society. And the people that benefit from this rat race don't even know who you are. So break free from this rat race and become your own person. And if you want a full video on how to escape the rat race, share this video and comment 1111. Stay conscious and take your power back.
The way you can change is you have to put aside enough money to give
my mama, my sister, my brother, my other sister, my other brother, my girl, my kids. Them the only people I be trying to wake up, bro. I really don't like the other people across the world and shit. If y'all get woke up, hey, that's on y'all. But if y'all don't, there's nothing I can really do. Like, I mean, there's only so many people you could talk to, man. This shit is so crazy how they doing us, bro. And it's like beyond the matrix. Niggas is really sleep. They see this, but don't even get a chance to peek on what they really, like what's really going on.
yourself a window, and then you have to have a plan, and you have to spend all your waking hours outside of whatever shit job you do planning your escape, and you have to come to the realization very clearly that you fucked up and you got yourself stuck. So whatever you're doing, you have to do it like your life depends on it.
And think about it like this too. Look, my ancestors, right? We find out, that slavery wasn't what you think it's not. It's just not. They were just getting underpaid for certain jobs they were doing, right? So what do you think is happening? Slavery never ended. It changed to this. Why do you think they're able to sell our value on the stock market? That's the fact, right? It is a fact. Look it up. Go do your own research. Why do you think you don't get paid enough just so you can do it over and over and over and over and over again? But you're going to have a plan. You're going to have to go through really tough times in order to start to get your freedom back, and for you to feel that void that you've been feeling, if you're not happy with where you're working at. Some people, this is what you're supposed to do, do what you're doing right now. You feel fulfilled, right? But most people aren't fulfilled in what they're trying to do. And I'm just trying to open your eyes. You can become your own person and do what you really want to do, but you gotta have faith in your process and your person, and with your higher self, and you can get through anything. Real talk. And your journey is not gonna be the same as mine or nobody else's. It's on you. But believe in that, and you'll start to manifest.
All they did was take what was ours, switch up the design by cutting off the capstone to the pyramid, which is our consciousness. Removed it from the temple. The crescent moon and star took off Islam. They put the Roman numerals down there. That right there in Roman numerals used to be our self-law and master, internal self-law and management. Put the Roman numerals together mathematically, it spells out 1774. Novus Ordo Seclorum. New World Order. This is why the Prophet Noble Joe Ali said, go back to that state of mind of your ancient foremothers and forefathers. Ab antiqua. These ain't my words. Black Slav Dictionary, 4th edition. Ab antiqua. From old times? From ancient time? So hold up. Wait a minute. So ab antiqua means from ancient times. From old times. Who was on the planet first?
Where's the perfect triangle?
Right.
Well, if you have a dollar bill in your pocket, you pull out a dollar bill, look on the back side of that dollar bill on the Great Seal of the United States of America is a pyramid that has the exact triangle on it that does exactly the same thing. The perimeter matches its area. And then if you cut it in half, it would be a right triangle. And that right triangle would be a 5, 12, 13 Pythagorean triple. Right? It's the only one. And this is the one that matches the Atalanta Fusion's Philosopher's Stone.
Did you know money is the root of all evil? If you don't believe me, here's this video. Check this out. Let's go back to when Moses freed the slaves. The slaves.
When I learned about Mind Bloom, I was curious if psychedelic therapy could actually help with those symptoms, with that depression and anxiety. And it did. It actually did. I definitely saw a reduction in day-to-day anxiety, my overall mood.
Slaves were working for free for Pharaoh, right? So Moses freed them. So they created money for a new system for us to work as slaves for the money, but the money that they give us, we literally give right back to them with bills and all the stuff that we have to pay for, food, gas, everything we pay for literally goes right back to the people who gave it to us. And God didn't create money because Judas betrayed Jesus for 30 pellets of silver. And if you don't believe me, here's some verses for you. Why do you think Jesus got mad and flipped the table when he walked into the temple and saw these people selling doves for money? On reaching Jerusalem, Jesus entered the temple courts and began driving out those who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of money changers and the benches of those stealing doves, and would not allow anyone to carry merchandise through the temple courts. As he taught them, he said, "It is not written, 'My house will be called a house of prayer for all nations,' but you have made it into a den of robbers." See anything there? Then he said, "Give back to Caesar's what is Caesar's and to God's what is God's." So obviously God didn't create money. He didn't create money. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Why do you think people kill people for money? Why do you think people steal for money? Why do you think people start fights for money? Really think about it. Judas gave up Jesus for money. So how did God create money? "What are you willing to give me if I deliver him to you?" Judas said. The chief priests, so they counted out for him 30 pieces of silver. So why would God create money to kill his own son? Really? It also says that when the devil was casted down, that he rules the whole world. Now is the judgment of this world. Now the ruler of this world will be cast out, like the devil was cast out. And
You know what's crazy? All of these people be reading the Bible, right? Now listen, this is my thing. This is for me. This is what I say, right? So don't nobody don't have to take this and run with it. But how y'all gonna believe a book, right? But listen to this. When people read Harry Potter books, Pinocchio books, or the dictionary, or like for some reason none of these other books seem true and none of that shit, right? But this magic book always seemed true to everybody because they portray it a certain way and they put it in our face. They want us to believe this shit. So I'm telling niggas right now, bro, on my ear, do your homework. Do your homework.
If I am lifted up from the earth, will draw my peoples to myself. That's literally what Jesus said. At all. We're living in an illusion. We're living in lies. We need to wake up.
Lies.
People shouldn't have to pay for food that is literally grown by the earth to provide for us. Follow for more.
The Bible, let me put it like this, right? Alright. If I said some shit, right, today, oh, I'm about to get ready and I feel like I'm gonna buy a car, or if I do this, I'm gonna have a car by the end of the week, and a month later, I'm eventually have a house, and then after that, I'm gonna have, you know what I'm saying, 20 minutes. Like, think about this shit. They say this shit in this book, just to make it come true, so niggas can be like, oh, this shit is true. Oh, this shit is real. They control the weather. So how the fuck is anything in the Bible to you? What about the other storms that like, come on, bro, right? All right. They say don't get tattoos and piercings and shit, right? But what's crazy is our black ancestor history, motherfuckers was getting their ears pierced, tattooing their body because it was sacred marks and shit to identify niggas to certain cultures or certain tribes or whatever. Like, niggas be sleeping, bro. Like, all right, you know what? I used to work at a church. Work at a church. Keyword, right? We used to give out apples. But then they say when the bitch from the Bible, Adam and Eve and all them, when they bite the apple, it start off some type of evil shit. So why is we giving them motherfucking same evil ass apples away at a church, at a giveaway, right? But nobody questioned that. Everybody just said it's food. Just give it like. Shut the fuck up and think about what the fuck y'all doing. Y'all portray people to believe some shit. You need to stick by that shit. Y'all, my motherfucking hair be getting in my mouth, y'all. These motherfuckers done passed around the little hand basket more than they actually said turn the page. Like, how much money is y'all trying to get? And where's this money going? I mean, the church look like shit. I'm in Detroit, Michigan. The church look like shit, right? But they handing this basket out every fucking week, right? What you gotta wear certain shit to go to church too? What's up with this, man? I'm not against church. I'm just against the shit that they teaching and the shit that they portray. Bro, there was a black man on the cross. It said blue eyes with nappy hair, right? Think about this. With wolf hair. Snappy. It's this. Nappy. Snappy. Right? Alright. But in Africa, they got wolf hair and they got black people. Black as shit, right? Blue eyes. Pretty. Right? Don't nobody talk about that, right? Alright. Peep this. Like, if you notice on the Last Supper picture by so-called Jesus, now if you notice he white, because Leonardo da Vinci is the one who drew the pictures of Jesus, right? Now if you know Leonardo da Vinci is gay. Every picture he ever drew, he made sure all of the guys that he draw looks gay. Go look, right? The Jesus that they portray, bro, he don't look a little weird to me. He don't look a little weird to y'all. I mean, the salt tipped over in front of him. Bad luck, right? Alright. So look, we're gonna continue with this, man. I'm just saying, bro, like, it's more, bro. Jesus was a man, right? Alright. Now the story that they say about this white Jesus, right? He opened up the waters, he walked on the water. But he was a man. What man can do that today? If Jesus come down today, can you do that for us today? Because we need some saving. Right. Don't, man, I believe in God. And I believe there was a Jesus, but there was a black Jesus. And I believe the storyline behind him, y'all probably would never even hear that shit. Because they done switched the whole story around, bro.
Had to run this back so we can get a closer view on what's on top of the damn pyramid. Hopefully somebody could translate that, It's crazy. You only see it at the top, though.
I was talking to this pastor, and this pastor was like, y'all young people's finding out the secret. And I asked him, what secret is he talking about? He said, yes, America is Egypt. He was like, that's what the Seminole War was about, the Louisiana Purchase was about. And he was like, look up this map. It's called Tamari. And he said, y'all, it's Tamarikans. So I went to look up at the map, right? And I was amazed he was right. He was like, that's y'all true nationality. And he was like, when the Seminole War broke out, that's when they won and they took over America and started calling them Americans, and they spelt it different. And the Bible is based upon y'all. All pastors know this, Freemasonry know this, everybody know this.
Pyramid on the Nile and Northeast Africa doesn't have stair steps going up it. It doesn't have temples on top of its summits. They could not go and break through the boat on the temples atop those great pyramids. There are none there. And that was the clue that Egypt was writing about the Americans. And the deeper I got into the records, the clearer it got.
And why you see currently today, they even said this, like it was on the news, it's on TV and everything. They said the problem is African Americans. I wonder why. That's why I kept asking y'all in the previous videos. I wonder why. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below. Y'all know how we doing this channel right here. We have grown folk conversation, right? The appropriate way. I appreciate y'all. Just keep going.
They started actually saying, and because Muhammad loved that land so much, he said,
whether people like it or not, but it's like black people be wanting white people to be empowered. Like, we not even fighting for shit no more. We rather fight each other and get mad at what another nigga say than go do what we supposed to be doing, and that's going to get our shit back. Fight for the right reasons. Like, motherfuckers, man. Hey, I'm from the hood though. I know how this shit get.
this is the beloved land, and that word was Mary, the beloved. Mary, M-E-R-I, Mary. And the land, of course, as before, is Ta, the beloved land, Ta Mary. And they kept that name and just put the Ta on the end of it, so Ta Mary became America. We simply say America. We kept the name that Egypt gave to the Americans. So that was the big mystery behind that $10 million map that Martin Waltzmuller made and then put the name America on it in 1507. And then those who knew and those who were trying to hide things said, wait a minute, you can't put that name on here. And the next time he reprinted that map, it was off. It was gone. Because that's the name that Egypt had given the land.
Now you know your national.
So I got another theory for you guys, and this one involves the Grand Canyon. So, not gonna lie, I've been out of school for probably 13 years now, so I don't know what they teach in school, but whenever I was in school, I was taught that the Colorado River was what carved out the Grand Canyon. Yes, one river carved out this whole canyon. A river.
Yo, how the fuck can water do that shit?
The whole canyon.
How the fuck can water do that? I never was taught that shit. Like, I was taught that the only way shit like that, structures like that, like that have to come literally from the earth doing it from to itself. Common sense, right? Think about it. I mean, it looked like it used to be put together, right? Or it looked like it either split or something hit it and it just, you know what I'm saying, like, boom. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, ain't no water do that, bro.
That's what I was taught. Don't know if that's still being taught in schools or not, but that's the narrative.
Did they teach y'all that in school? Some of y'all don't remember shit, but look, you know, they damn sure didn't teach me that, but I did see it somewhere. I promise you. I think it might have been Discovery Channel or something like that, or Animal Planet. I don't know, something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But That's crazy. Y'all let me know in the comments down below. What did they say about the how the mountains were formed by the Grand Canyon? Let me know in the comments. Let's get a consensus of what they said
that I was presented with. Now,
because to me the math it was never mathing with me. Like I was just there, so I didn't get fined. You know, like
I don't even gotta
so
go there.
I ain't get my AKA my ass whooped and my mama goddamn put me on punishment or something like that.
In school, I didn't have a reason to not believe it, but I still was kind of like, I don't see that happening. So, during my thought process, I began to think the other day, why is it that there's only one Grand Canyon? Like, there's only one canyon to the size and capacity that the Grand Canyon that we, know of, that's been carved out by a river. There's thousands and thousands of rivers all throughout the United States and even in different continents and different parts of the world, right? I mean, you have the Amazon River, the Nile. I mean, in the States, you have the Mississippi, the Missouri, the Arkansas, all these different vast rivers, but yet there's only been one canyon that's carved out. Now, my thought process would be, if there's all these different rivers and they've been here the same length of time, wouldn't eventually we would have another Grand Canyon? Doesn't make a lot of sense. So then it got me thinking,
if a river did that, how come they haven't found no shit like old fish bones, no dinosaur bones, no mammoth bones, like shit like that that'll date to the prehistoric or the Jurassic time or some shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, niggas, man. The science on that shit is speaking all,
like
bro.
a rock quarry.
That shit don't even. Oh, okay.
To that size, but it kind of looks like stuff was carved out rather than a river carved it. So then that led down another rabbit hole, and then I came across this interesting
and then water filling it up.
This is in the Grand Canyon.
Come on now.
Over some years, you know what I mean? Like, it looked like it's kind of
Who put them there? So. Who built them? Why are they there? Then I came across this. Pyramids in the Grand Canyon. What? I think that the Grand Canyon is, one, a lot different than what we've been told, and two, I think it was formed.
And then check this out, those doors that was down there, it was the same ones that were uncovered by the Euphrates, right? Just saying.
I mean, look at these Egyptian artifacts and pyramids that have been found. Take a second, pause, read some of these articles. But guys, there's been sphinxes, there's been mummies, there's been all kinds of different things found inside the Grand Canyon. So what are they really hiding? And why are there parts of the Grand Canyon that are off-site? Like, you can literally just Google this. There is so much information on stuff that they're finding. There's even, Hindu stuff. There's all kinds of different artifacts that they're finding in the Grand Canyon. What's going on? Guys, I think it's safe to say there was no river that carved out the Grand Canyon, and they're hiding a lot more than what they're telling us.
Just let it slip a little bit. Why is 90% of the Grand Canyon off limits? Well, they'll tell you it's for ecological reasons. Wrong, because U.S. military is literally on the rim drilled into certain caverns that they identify through all their technical abilities and extracted giant mummies.
Attention viewers, we are sorry to interrupt your show, but we just received a call from our representatives, and they told us that the 5...
What's crazy is
there's a legend.
I was talking about mummies and stuff, and I made a video about it, put it up or whatever. Not mummies, but like giants, the giants. Shit crazy, bro. The giants, they've been living behind the ice wall, and I'm telling y'all, bro, y'all gotta question how some of this shit get built. Think about it. They got all this shit. Don't know how to move it, build it, none of that. Why?
That Mark Antony and Cleopatra, when they knew they were in big trouble with Rome, they sent their son Alexander Helios to the west with 50,000 of their most trusted servants, scientists, etc. And for the record, they absolutely knew how to circumnavigate the globe. The idea of isolationism was pretty much the foundation of the Smithsonian by John Wesley Powell. So in other words, it was important for the idea that nobody traveled any place to keep the false narrative going, because there's even evidence of the Chinese in the Grand Canyon and some of the caves, statues of Buddha, for instance.
Now, Forbidden History Revealed by Steve Quayle really talks about this man, John Wesley Powell, his comings, his goings. He operated on a premise. And his premise was that there is a certain historical narrative that we want to preserve for the Americas, and any other historical narrative we're going to hide away as quickly as we possibly can. Now, to say that is one thing. To see this is another thing indeed. Because when
my son said, look at this shit, y'all. Look at this, right? You see the background. You see the background ice. You see the down there. There's trees, a little elk. It's berries. He said that look like the Garden of Eden, and I said, you know what, son? That's crazy, cause I just discovered where Garden of Eden really located at, right? And it's a possibility that because it's one tree. Because the Garden of Eden got one big ass tree, if y'all listening. He might be right. I still got my genes, so he might be on to something, bro. Because, listen, I can predict the future before shit happen, bro. And it's weird. It's weird. I be like, yo, this about to happen. Bro, only if niggas knew how many books I done wrote. I wrote a little COVID-19 book when that shit first started. I wrote a little book about myself, the streets and shit. And then I wrote another book. But that shit, I'm not going to put none of that out yet. Bro. Common sense is the key. You have common sense, you can see the future, bro. I'm going to just say that. You can at least predict it or see it. It's one or the other, bro. I'm telling you.
When I watched your production, it suddenly became real.
You would speak on shit and it happened.
At the visceral level, this whole thing, and I said to myself, I now understand for the first time how all of the conspiratorial ideas that the world has had are locked together into one idea, and that is to hide biblical truth.
That is the conspiracy.
That's the bottom line.
And the word I was given by the people that fight the things that go bump in the night is that, remember, it's never what you see on the surface, but what's underneath. And so when we're talking about the history of the Grand Canyon, now this is what else is interesting, Gary. The giant mummies were taken to Area 51. And it's fascinating that Area 51 has gotten the, what would you say, the fame it has.
So were they taken there in a flying saucer?
Yes.
I just have to ask.
Yeah.
But no, I'm kidding. But I guess we need to laugh a little bit because this is such a bizarre and dark motif. You almost have to just take a deep breath and look away once you begin to realize how we have been manipulated.
Well, and it's a matrix of manipulation, okay? It's like, imagine a giant tapestry where every thread is evil, where every thread is designed to deceive, to destroy, and then weave it all together, and I think you've got the end times. Now, again, the reason that this is so important, because in this DVD, I go into the eyewitness testimonies of the genetic altering and genetic engineering labs using giant DNA and basically creating hybrids and creatures. If you remember this, that even the rumors of the golden age of Atlantis and Hyperborea, Ultima Thule, Shangri-La, all of the, if you will, legendary mystical places, they even have in their oral tradition, or at least the legends about them, that they were destroyed by the gods, plural, when they got into genetic engineering. And that's interesting because we're talking about a long time ago.
And we all remember the story in the Bible where Moses and Aaron go before Pharaoh. And Moses has the rod, the famous rod, and he throws it down before the Pharaoh in order to demonstrate the power of God. It turns into a serpent, basically putting the finger in Pharaoh's face. This is what you are. You're a serpent. And what happens? Pharaoh calls the wise men, the sorcerers, the magicians of Egypt, and they did in like manner with their enchantments. In other words, they threw down rods that turned into serpents as well. And so right here in Scripture, you have to believe it. If you believe Scripture, it is possible to transmute.
That's what I'll be saying too. Like it's just a huge contradiction out here. People, you say you believe in the Bible, but they still say that, you know, there's no firmament. They say it's not. But aren't you supposed to believe the Scripture? Or
a motherfucker lie about anything, bro.
You just want to believe what the fuck?
I ain't gonna lie. People that say that they believe the Bible, I don't believe them. People that say that they believe in Jesus, I don't believe them. You wanna know why? Because the same people, they don't follow anything that goes on in their Bible. Anything. From sex to marriage to tattoos to cursing to hurting, like all of that shit. No one follows that shit. They just go like that shit is a lie. These niggas be lying when they sit here and tell you that they believe in this shit. Even the people that teach it don't even believe in it. The motherfuckers get paid. I know some pastors, right? Like, yo, I'm gonna do a little thing. I can't wait until I get enough view, like followers or whatever. I'm gonna ask people, do y'all really want to know? Like, I show y'all this shit, bro. I will go to certain people, pastors, and they would tell y'all, yes, I get paid to talk to you know, read this Bible. I'm not capping, bro. Real shit.
You want to believe because it makes you feel uncomfortable. But look, it is what it is, though. I just be having a hard time with that sometimes. I just don't get the hypocrisy. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below. We just gonna talk the truth.
An object.
No matter what background you come from, we don't care about none of that. What religion you are, none of that. We all one on this channel, so we don't care about that. You know, it's not about that. It's about
Exactly. On mine, I don't give a fuck what religion you from. I ain't gonna cap. I don't care. I just know one thing though. You can't tell me you believe in something and can't stand on it. Like, if you believe in, see, the thing is, if you believe in anything, you gotta, I might want to like understand it, so I might want to believe in it. You know what I mean? I might want to believe that. But if you can't give me the right facts, I don't want to even talk to you, because you will, for one, you believe in something you don't know nothing about. You just believing in anything. And it's like, what is your purpose of believing in it? You're not gonna learn about the shit? The fuck?
hypocrisy.
You gonna worship some shit? That's like a slave. You worship in the wrong shit.
Occult power. And my Bible says it. I believe.
But alright, we're gonna get back to the video.
And Moses confronted this power. Now that power, you're saying, has extended all.
With the crown
I've been telling you it from here.
in Sedona. Okay?
The whole world.
These things are real, you guys, and nobody's on here trying to make you believe it. You have to see these things for yourself. The lion heads are in Sedona.
And if you don't believe after this,
the rocks have been worn. Look at the Olmec, the statue of the Olmecs in Sedona, you guys. Sedona, Arizona. Let me see if I can find something else that I thought would be more really interesting.
No, we ain't
Singing birds. These are bird beings, you guys. Again, bird beings are in the rocks. These are ancient temples in Sedona from ancient Atlantis. They try to say that Atlantis is a fable, is a myth. No, it is not. It predates Kemet. Okay? Okay, queens and kings of Sedona, Atlantean queens and kings. These are the queens and kings of Atlantis. Okay? Carved within the rocks in Sedona.
True.
Right? King Zozar. Kings of Thunder Mountain. These ancient carvings have been worn over a millennia, right? You cannot deny this. When water wears on rocks, then the appearance of them disintegrates. Look at that face right there. We are here. We have been here. We didn't come from no daggone Africa. We have been in the United States. We are indigenous to the United States.